A conversation with the voice. That's the topic we're going to talk about here on Self-Love Monday. How you guys doing? This is Ron Simplified Myers, author, podcaster, and your uplifting life partner. It's been a while. I've had a lot of crazy things going on, but we're back, and we're going to knock get back on this Monday and then the Thursday for Relationship Thursdays. As you guys know, if you've been keeping up, I've already done two of the topic I'm on is the top 12 relationship problems according to experts, which was an article I read by a gentleman, and I decided to actually take the 12 topics and cover them. And so I'm going to run those 12. It won't be all 12 days in a row because I'm going to, as I'm doing here, the Self-Love Monday, I'm going to interrupt for the Monday podcast so I can get back on track. So I'm doing my Monday and Thursdays. The Thursday I'm not worried about it because the top 12 topics, it's dealing with specifically relationships. So I could continue the series. You guys follow me? I don't have to interrupt a day. I can do, because it's going to be on relationships. So I'll keep that flowing. But I do want to come in like I'm doing here on Self-Love Monday, and I'll interrupt and I'll get back to the 12 starting tomorrow. Because I think we're on day, 2, 3, 4. We're on day 5, I think it is. Well, we'll be on day 5. So, but anyway, number 5 out of the 12. And so we'll start that back up tomorrow. Hopefully, guys, if you missed the first ones, go back and watch them, and then you'll be prepared to take off tomorrow when I continue. And then I'll interrupt next week on Monday. And then I think there's only be 2 more segments after that because I think it's number 10 and then Monday, and then we'll do 11, 12. But anyway, we want to talk about this voice thing, and I want you to first get clarity on the voice, because we talked about that before. It's recognizing that the voice is not you. If you understand that this topic becomes very, very simple, very, very easy to understand, and you can have some fun with it. Because I was sharing that with someone, and they were kind of laughing because I was telling them how, well, first let's back up and let's talk about the voice for those of you who haven't heard that before, or maybe this is your first time hearing me. Is recognizing that voice is going on in your head. It's just basically, your brain is a computer. Your mind is software. And the software is just basically information, and that's going to be stored on the hard drive of your computer, which is your brain. And that software comes in from all kind of places. It comes from family, from friends, from TV, listening to this podcast. So it's coming in from all different directions. And here's the key that you have to understand. The mind is not trying to distinguish what's good, bad, right, or wrong. But it is going to take that information and store it on your hard drive, which is your brain, your computer. This is why I tell people, there's people that teach the voice is your enemy and your voice is trying to keep you back and trying to hold you back, and beware of the voice. Folks, the reason I'm telling you to understand this is because the voice is not trying to do anything. It doesn't know the difference between what's good and bad. Now, what it will do is it will try to protect you. It'll always try to take the cautious way in everything in life because of the information that it has stored on the hard drive. If it ever thinks that you're getting ready to go into something that could possibly cause you harm, it will try to stop you from going in there. And that's where some people want to say why it's an enemy, because it's trying to protect you. Anyone that's trying to protect me from harm, I don't consider to be an enemy. But we have to understand, because it is so cautious, it will keep you from ever walking across the street, but you have to cross the street to get where you want to go. It'll keep you from getting in your car because the fact is you could end up in an accident. So you have to understand and put it in its place and know that it is very cautious, but it's not an enemy. It's not trying to harm you. It's not any of that stuff. And the sooner you understand that, the more peaceful your life becomes. You just have to hear it if you want to participate in the conversation, because I also teach you that too, that if you shut off the voice, and I'm not really saying shut it off, but if you become aware when the voice starts to talk, and you become aware, then the voice starts to get more silent. And by aware, I'm just saying when it's talking, you just go, hold up, I'm in control of the conversation. And this is really the idea behind this particular topic we're having today. But if you let the voice know you're in charge, and then you start taking it in the direction that you want to go, the better you get at doing that, then the less chatter you hear from the voice. But I just wanted to explain the voice so you know that it's not actually, first off, it's not you, and it's not an enemy, and it's not out to get you. So you don't have to be afraid of it. Because anyway, what I said, because the voice, and the reason I was telling you I was talking to someone and we were having fun with it, is because I was telling him how I remember I had went to a seminar and we were talking about the voice. And I remember the person up on the stage said, I want everybody to be quiet for a second and I want you to listen to the voice. And my voice said, shh, there is no voice. And it made me chuckle because I'm sitting there going, now I know why my personality is the way it is, because my voice is a practical joker. I'm like, you don't think I heard you go, shh, there's no voice in here? And some of you, as I said that, if you listen for a second, your voice will do something like that, or it'll say, shh, nothing's going on. There's nothing in here. There's nobody in here. Or it'll do whatever. That's the voice. That's the one that we're talking about. But here's the example for you to understand why it's not you. First off, because you can hear it and you're not using your external ears. So who is it that's hearing the voice? You guys follow me? You're not using your ears. Even if you talk back to it, which we all do, because that's why I laugh when people say, if you talk back to yourself, something's wrong. We all talk back to ourselves all day long, every day. It doesn't matter. Those are usually a lot of the best conversations you're going to have. That's where your thought process, where you negotiate and think, should I do this, should I not, the right way, the wrong way, whatever it is, however you're deciding, is you talking back and forth with the voice. So that's a normal process. And again, I know some people go, well, oh yeah, well, that's okay. But it's the people that talk out loud. Whatever works for you. If you need to talk out loud and that helps you, do that. But here is why I'm saying have fun with the voice. I've had the voice, like I was sharing with the gentleman when we were at the same event. I went home that night and the voice just kept talking. And I was like, man, I do not have a problem with you talking. But could you lower the volume down so I can go to sleep? And man, I'll get back to you tomorrow. And when I shared that, the whole room just started cracking up. And so he was like, do you do that out loud? I said, depending on what it is, I'll do it out loud. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have these issues that the world wants to make you think you're crazy if you talk to yourself. I understand the voice is not me. And I hope you guys got that when I was sharing that. That is not you. That is data that has been stored on your hard drive. And again, I like to share it in a way that it's like if you go to the browser on a computer. If you type in the word love, then a whole bunch of topics come up on the computer, right? And you could click either one of those different titles and it'll tell you different things. Well, the same thing with you and I. When we hear the subject love, our mind goes to the computer and says, hey, it's like punching buttons like, hey, what's the subject we know on love? The information you have on love, folks, which is limited information because you only got based on your experiences, what you've read, what you've seen. So we have limited experiences, but we think what pops up on our computer is accurate. Folks, think about that. I hope you guys got what I just said. Do you know how many wars and how many things takes place when people are making decisions on limited information, just what they have stored on their computer, and they're calling it the truth, and they're willing to kill or willing to die for limited information because they're not willing to be open to gather more data? Folks, hopefully you don't become one of those people if you are. And if you're staying open to the fact that you can receive more data, which you probably are, or you probably wouldn't even be listening to this podcast. But understand the voice is not you. Therefore, the voice does not have to influence you. You can hear the voice. You can tell the voice, thank you for sharing. Man, that was a great idea. I appreciate that. Or if the voice says, oh, you're out of, because understand, if you ask bad questions, guess what? It's going to go to the hard drive and find some information. And guess what? Give you some bad answers. Like if you say, well, why am I so fat? It's going to start looking fat, fat, fat. You eat the wrong foods, you don't exercise, you're a slob. It's going to start telling you stuff that's going to make you feel bad. And then you go, see, I told you just what everybody said. The voice is my enemy. No, you asked it a bad question, so it went and got you the answer for that. It's not trying to distinguish good, bad, right, or wrong. It is trying to protect you, but it's not trying to figure that out. You and I have to be able to take it when it pops up and go, thank you for that information. I don't agree with it, and you have the right to your own opinion, and I'm moving on. And that's the kind of stuff I was sharing. The gentleman was like, really? I said, folks, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Learn to have fun with the voice and quit letting the voice direct your life. It's not you. You are the person who's actually, think about it. You're the person that hears the voice. You guys get that? Haven't you had foods that you could smell and the food wasn't there? Couldn't you taste certain foods and the food wasn't there? Who is it that's doing the tasting and the smelling and the hearing and the seeing of words and the seeing of vision? And it's not external, your external stuff that you're using. You're not using your physical eyes, your ears, or whatever. Who is the person that's noticing all this stuff that's going on? Who's the person that knows if you had a good night's sleep or didn't? Because obviously your brain was working, or you wouldn't know if you had a good night's sleep. You know how you wake up, you go, "Oh man, I had a rough night." Oh, I had a good sleep. How do you know? Because your brain was active. It knew what was going on. So the bottom line is you are not the voice. If you recognize that, you can start to have fun with the voice. If it's giving you information that will move you forward in the direction you want in your life, take that information and run. If it's giving you information that's discouraging, that will hold you down, understand where the data came from. Again, it's from the programming of everybody and everything around you and your interpretation of certain things. It doesn't make it accurate. So do not listen to it and say it is the truth. The sooner you can get to that point where in your life where you're willing to be open and you're willing to have fun with this, life becomes so much more pleasurable. As I was listening to someone say the other day, happy is who we are. Whenever you're not happy, it's because you're choosing to resist whatever's going on, which creates an unhappy feeling. But naturally, you are happy. So it's not something you have to go find. It's not something you have to get. It's not something you have to buy stuff in order to get, as the world keeps trying to tell you what happy is. You're naturally there. When you resist what's taking on in your life and you're fighting it because it's not going the way that you planned it, you're actually fighting the forces of what would have been happy. Because, folks, every situation, people have different perspectives. There are situations that you think are tragic that other people are looking and going, wow, that was awesome, and vice versa. So it's all based on our interpretations, our beliefs. But the more you can be at peace and understand things happen for you, not to you, you'll keep happiness in your life. So recognize that. Have fun with the voice. You can sit there, you guys may have heard me say, I like to people watch and I can go to the mall. What do you think I'm doing? I'm sitting there having a conversation because I'm sitting there like, I wonder what they're saying. Or they probably saying this. Folks, that's a conversation that I'm having with myself, and we all do it. So don't worry about the world trying to tell you something wrong. It's what we do naturally. Enjoy the journey. Have fun, because you guys know, as I always say, if you're not having fun, you should be doing something else. Learn to have fun with the voice and watch how much more pleasurable your life becomes. And as you guys know, it ain't right. It ain't wrong. It is my opinion. Now run on over to the App Store, the Apple Store, Google Play. Download my app. It's Simplified You. The word simplified, the letter U, not the word you, is Simplified You. They're separated. And it's a free app. I've also attached inside of there my book, The Relationship Success Handbook, Get Rid of Your Problems, Not Your Partner. So the moment you download the app, you instantly have access to the book. Yeah, it's on sale, the physical copy in Amazon, but you can get it there instantly inside the app, which is a free app. Because I'm not trying to sell books. I want to help you get control of your life, start enjoying this thing, this journey we call life. And part of that is when you learn to have fun with the voice and recognize it's not an enemy. It's not trying to haunt you. It's not trying to destroy you. It is trying to keep you safe, which unfortunately will keep you from ever moving out of your house. But at the same time, keep it in perspective. And some of the stuff it says, it might be good. But remember, it all came from information from others and based on TV and the environment, family, friends, our personal experience, and the way we evaluated everything. So anyway, I will talk to you guys. We'll get back tomorrow on the top 12. What is the top 12 problems in relationships according to experts? So we'll get back to that, but I had to stop and do Self-Love Monday, and then we'll get back on track as far as completing that series. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.